Yo! What's good, people? How's everybody doing today? Let me bring this down a bit. Hi! How y'all doing? Yo, Zampapa! How are you? Hope everybody out there is doing alright. Making it through another week. Thank you, Zampapa. You can find all of this music and more inside of Audio Design Desk. Oh, we are so close. Oh, we are so close. Something cool is happening on May 4th. Did you know that Audio Design Desk originally came out on May 4th? It's true. It's not just like a special Star Wars holiday anymore. Doing a lot of mixing. This is good. This is the way. So I think we're going to release 2.0 on the same day. The Force. It's made with the Force. I know. That's why it appears to be so magical and why it's so hard to explain it all, right? Dave is here. Brit Boy in the chat. How are you doing, homie? Hopefully well. I might add another track to the end of this. Let's hop over to the Discord. See what's happening in the public feedback area here. Hey, speaking of Brit Boy, there's Dave right there. Excellent. Scruffy Rico in here, Cash Cole's in here. Gebro's here, Early's and Dremix in the lineup. Let's do this. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Happy Friday. If you're here for some feedback, hit the Discord. Put that in the chat here. How much younger, trimmer Dave? It has to be said. Hey, let's turn off this hopeful, uplifting, softly falling emotional music. It's lovely. Pretty lovely. Pretty lovely. What do you think? Danny? I'm going to guess Danny on this one. Let's see. Spec the Gazelle. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate you, homie. Oh, it's Flora. Flora made that one. Of course she did. It's a great track. I was late to the stream today because of Tom. He's totally worth it, though. If you want your stuff to sound even better than it already does, send it to Tom. Respect the Gazelle, boys and girls. Thank you, Brit Boy. 9 months. Hoorah! Hell yeah. And Tom, 37 months. Whew. Man. Dave, why can't you be more like Tom? Appreciate you guys. It's not us, it's you. Tom, take care. Appreciate you, brother. Mama Katie, welcome in. Happy Friday to you. Zindremic says the magic word, sleep. I don't know why I say that like a goat. What am I going? I'm doing this, and I'm doing this. And who are we listening to here first? Cash Cool, I think. It is. Let's just move this over here. And you know what? We can pull up a different DAW over here. And then all of a sudden, look at that. Bam. It's like we have our Feedback Friday stream stuff set up. All right. Shall we dance? Let's do this. Traytoven. We are doing music feedback. We're just about to start, hence the silence. So you're just in time. Centremic sleep. Oh, DJ be chillin'. How you doing, homie? Happy Friday. All right, first one's Cash Cole. This one's called Laid Black Tea. Let's do this. Mama Katie, yes, you can. If you go to the Discord, you then navigate to the channel called Public Feedback and drop your link there. And we will give you entirely honest feedback and help you make it better. All right. Cash Cole. Hey, Chloe Shard is here. Happy Friday, homie. Oof.
Your little man won't be me. Your little bitch won't fuck me. Rusty, rusty. Get this hoe, she bugging. Your boyfriend on nothing. Your whole crew on nothing. Try to slide to my shit, you bugging. I be with my guys, you know we on our team. No, can't hop it if that shit ain't got no tint. Yeah, hot head, but you know that they say like they ignorant. Yeah, pouring money, pouring drop. We drive hella foreign cars. We for hella foreign bros. I just know a lot they on. I get hoes, bitch, do me wrong. Get the smoking on this strong. Clean shit right up on my arm. Bag on me, I need my charm. I stop black tea. Your little man won't be me. Your little bitch won't fuck me. Honesty, rusty. Get this hoe, she bugging. Your boyfriend on nothing. Your whole crew on nothing.
The slow fade outro from Cash Cole. That's not supposed to be an ooh, that's supposed to be an oof. That was a lot of sub bass and a lot of luffs mixed together. I would really recommend bring the low end cutoff up to 40 hertz, 12 dB per octave curve, and bring that 808 and sub down 8 dB or so in your mix, and then back way off your limiter and get those luffs down. As it sounds now, the track itself is okay, but the mix is kind of holding it back. So wrangle that low end. That's the biggest thing. Rokusai is here. You were summoned by Cash Cole. First track out of the gate, sir. How are you, by the way? The love monster himself, Roki. Dave, you are up. I do like the slow fade on that one, though. Dave says, my ongoing quest to write pop party music, which I'm finding really challenging. This one's called Brazilian Heat. Oh man, Rokusai is writing a ticket on the first track of the day.
Give him a shout out. Not heard. Take the world with this one. Any more liquors in the house? Jump black. It's your boy Skittles. Cancino. palabras de papel. Por más que trato de poderlo entender, la relación se está muriendo. No sé si tú, no sé si yo, contigo no más conecto. No sé si tú, no sé si yo, tal vez solo queramos eso. No sé si tú, no sé si yo, siga teniendo sentimiento. No sé si tú, no sé si yo, tal vez solo queramos sexo. Oh, 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 oh. Tal vez solo queramos sexo. Oh, 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 oh. Tal vez solo queramos sexo.
Por ti suspiro, porque cupido se habría perdido. Mis manos quieren sofocarte ya toda tu piel. En medio de la noche serías mi otra vez. Y sé que quieres tú conmigo, al igual que yo contigo, toda la noche pegadito a la pared. Y sé que quieres tú conmigo, al igual que yo contigo, toda la noche pegadito a la pared. Muy pegadito a la pared. Pegadito a la pared.
No sé si tú, no sé si yo, contigo no más conecto. No sé si tú, no sé si yo, tal vez solo queramos eso. No sé si tú, no sé si yo, siga teniendo sentimiento. No sé si tú, no sé si yo, tal vez solo queramos sexo. Oh, 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 oh. Tal vez solo queramos sexo.
I really don't know how far you involved. Your heart and your feelings, I might pray you fall. I'm not the right type to be falling in love with. I met you and I fucked you, the end of the story. We're dancing too close and I sweat caught on fire. You shattered my heart, but I guess it backfire. I'm not in love, it's just sexual desire. Talk all you want, I don't believe in liar. Call me what you want, tell me how you feel. I don't play around, girl, I let you know the deal. It's on for tonight, our feelings are over. I know I won't regret it the next day that I'm sober.
Yo tengo lo tuyo, tiene lo mío, no hay más nada que un desafío. Tú sabes bien que conmigo no hay lío. Tú quieres que yo esté contigo, sé que no te gusta estar sola. Solo te vienes conmigo para llevarte. Es que yo te quiero para mí. En la noche dime que sí, ando con yo, una ironía.
Dave, this is fun. I like this. I think that the reverb and the stuff on the sides with the slapback, I think it's a little hot in the mix throughout. Like, I think if all of that was to come down, there'd be a little bit better focus on the vocals and whatnot. There'd be a little bit less clash between the backing vocal and the main vocal at points of crossover. Like that's the big one for me on this one. Just kind of volume balance of reverb, removing some of the frequencies in the reverb channels too, right? Taking out some lows and some highs. I bring the bass guitar down just a little bit. I like the tone. I like it. It's just, it grabs the attention a little bit much here and there. And it's really just kind of the top end of the strings that's grabbing the attention, I think. This one just screams summer, man. It's got a lot of really good upbeat energy. But if you could tame the reverberation, both the level of it and the frequencies being allowed through, I think that it's going to tighten things up a bit. It also felt just slightly louder than it needs to be, just by a little bit. This is fun. I like this one. Yeah, I don't think you're struggling. Wait, no, you didn't say struggling. You just find it really challenging. Well, I think you've met the challenge. That's what I should have said. Scruffy Rico. Hey, OBS says I've been dropping frames. Is that true? Dang. What's going on there? Come on, Comcast. Come on. It's our one day a week where we get to hang out and do fun things. Come on. All right, Scruffy Rico. Let's do this. See what Rich has been making. tremulous. I'm going to move this notepad over to this other screen here so we can go full screen and see what's been cooked up. You are listening to Scruffy Rico. You're right, Roku. Comcast should be banned or something.
I wish the world was like that.
Banhammer.
We know that the world ain't like that. But what we gotta remember is that all of that crap that we hear about, we can just end it. Because if each and every one of us just plays it straight, and this is a dream of mine, if everybody played it straight, we wouldn't have no problem. Of course, we know it don't go like that. We play it with love, we play it with respect. You know, we don't play the other game. That other game is for chumps. We play it like it's supposed to be. Like they say where I come from, supposed to be. Supposed to be. Supposed to be. Supposed to be.
Yo, Rich, dude. It's fantastic. I have a lot of things for you to change. I just bring over my notes. I have nothing for you to change, dude. That was freaking great. I love it. Centremic says, I made a song with whispers. Nobody's kicked me out yet. Oh. I can't explain why Comcast sucks this bad for so many years, but Comcast continues to just suck. I think it's in their genes or something. I don't know. All I know for sure is that this track was really great. I have like no changes on this one, dude. It felt really good all the way through. Rokusai, do you have any complaints about Scruffy Rico's mix? So many things. Alex, it's been a week. How are you? I'm doing all right over here. How are you? Is it worse than Cox? I hated Cox. I have Midco now. Love Midco. You must be like in the middle of the country somewhere. That's my guess. Where are you located? I'm out in Oregon, Portland area. We have Comcast. There was a Cox out on the coast out here for a short period. Zen Papa says I kind of want more low end in the kick. I love the bass line on Rico's track too. South Dakota. Boom. How are things in South Dakota right now? It's like kind of dark and gloomy here in Portland today. It's not quite sure if it wants to keep continuing on with spring or something. I don't know. Wait 5 minutes. We'll see what it looks like. It's freaking glorious this morning. All right, I'm just chattering. Rich, it was awesome. Don't change it. Keep making more. You should send me something that you haven't actually mixed a whole bunch yet, and then I could give you pointers, and then when you come back with it, it'll make me feel like I helped you make it that good. I'm just kidding, bro. It's freaking lovely stuff. Okay, Gabriel's here. Gebro in the chat. This one is called Endless. Staring at the Sky trailer.
Couldn't happen. Staring at the sky, if only happened. So here it comes another year on you. That's the reason why you have to take a bite. But if you only get a bite, promise that one day we'll have a child.
Respect the gazelle. What's up, Ben? How you doing, homie? Appreciate you. Although you're tardy, if you could report to the principal's office.
About the day, show me what you see, the others speak to do. Recommended words, as if I didn't know. Choose another life, another thing to do. If only heaven must be something else. That's what I'm living for, I guess. So we could run away from it, trying to have a deal.
Okay, I just want to hear the stutter here after this crescendo here. The tremolo that kicks in there, it feels like it kicks in, and I think that you gotta either get a fade. I mean, it's there, but it does kind of pop. Something releases and it kind of pops. So I would tap that down. I get a little fade there, or just nudge that back a bar or something like that. So that's kind of covered at the end of the transition or something. So there isn't anything kind of poking out, because there's really nothing that's grabbing attention in this that shouldn't be, outside of a little low end management, a little less reverb, a little less low end in the reverb. But this right here is like, dude, it's all of the power and clarity that I was wanting in the really big crescendos in the last couple of really busy tracks that you've brought by, that were like really, really big orchestral layers. And I think it has to do with just like, it's a much more minimal mix, so it's much easier for all those sounds to get out across to us. It's really great, dude. It's really good stuff. Yeah, I think they probably are the 770s. The DT 770 Pros. They're kind of ancient at this point, and they're flawless. So I don't have a visual to this, Zen Papa, but I'm sure that Gebro's probably working to one, kind of based on the timing here. Mwahaha. Nailed it, Katie. Gebro, I wouldn't really mess with this one a lot. I would personally, I would attend to these two things and probably call it good. Dude, Alex, you are exactly why everyone needs to just sit down, shut the hell up, and make better stuff, right? Like, you can make magic with very little. There's no fancy gear needed. There's no fancy gear needed. Just desired. Just desired. That's all. Ben, yeah. Oh man, seriously? Yeah, like, it doesn't really matter what you make it on. Just make it. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. I kind of have the same answers about like most of the questions that people seem to get really hung up on. I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm going to make it either way, and it's going to sound mostly the same way either way. So I'm probably not going to change my clothes or my gear while I make this thing. You know what I'm saying? Oh. Yeah, Roku used to produce on Razer headphones for years. People didn't believe me, and now you know my music. There you go. No, it's true. It's true. I've literally like gotten frustrated while listening to people talk about the audio quality between different file types, and literally reduced the audio quality of all the audio files in a project, and then bounce it and then send it off and get it accepted somewhere. Just make really good stuff. That's all I gotta say. Just make really good stuff. Syndremic, though. Syndremic is nothing but style. Hence the purple text on screen, right? I only make music with $10,000 pants on. It's true. They're probably sewn together with Prince's hair or something. Prince the artist, formerly known as the artist, not like some royalty. That'd just be kind of creepy. Just like some weird random Prince's hair. Nano says, if I'm not wearing soccer shorts and slippers, the beat ain't happening. Oh, and yet here we are on yet another Friday, and you have no idea whether or not I'm even wearing pants. Syndremic, it is you, sir. Let's do this. You said the last one was good, so I decided to turn that one song into an album. Here's the next song. You asked for this. This is all your fault. Oh, this is fantastic. Okay, this is What is Experimental Music 2. Something good. Something good is here. What is music? I have made a beat naked. Alex Starbeats. It's true. In my younger years, I have no idea if there's documentation about this or not, but I walked around with a freaking drum strapped around me and naked.
Treated like outcasts and monsters, oh why? Will we be ridiculed for our thoughts and ideas? Will we be haunted by the musical authority? And if we don't follow the rules imposed on us by them, will we be discarded this music? What does it mean?
I think it means you gotta respect the gazelle. I think that's what I'm taking away from this. Is that what you guys got out of this? We gotta respect the gazelle. I think that's what the underlying takeaway here is. Respect the gazelle. Thank you so much, Rokusai. Welcome to the family, Mama Katie. Everybody gets free sounds here if they're a subscriber. And currently, there are a bunch of sounds waiting for you in the subscriber rewards channel. If you choose to connect your Discord and your Twitch profiles, you will be auto-magically granted access to this fantastic channel over here. And there's like 350 dialogue samples sitting in there. That's how that goes. Zendremic, this was fantastic. I want to know some stuff. How many tracks will there be on this album? If I buy this album, is there any kind of guarantee that these songs will stay stuck in my head for weeks on end? I'm just asking for a friend. This one's just freaking utterly fantastic. The Gazelle Illuminati. Auto-magically. Not sure you can unstuck them. It may be permanent. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, I'm not really into the unstucking thing. I tend to just pile more and more noise on top of each other. It's more creative. Fast track to insanity. How many drugs do you require making this album? That's a good question right there. Hey, Mama Katie just connected Twitch to Discord. Hey, this is great news. This is great news. Let's see if we've got some Saturday morning cartoon action here. This is from Kyan. Frank Pond remix, but shitty.
My guy pretty like a girl, and he got 5 stories to tell. I see both sides like Chanel, see on both sides like Chanel. Swimming laps through pool water, eating like I'm underworld. Had my tattoos in Shibuya, police think I'm of the underworld. 12 treat a nigga like he 12. How you looking up to me and talking down? Can't you see I am the big man? God level, I am the I am. Now my guy pretty like a girl, and he got 5 stories to tell. I see both sides like Chanel, see on both sides like Chanel. My guy pretty like a girl, and he got 5 stories to tell. I see both sides like Chanel, see on both sides like Chanel. Both sides like Chanel. My guy pretty like a girl, and he got 5 stories to tell. See both sides like Chanel. See on both sides like Chanel. Women like to cool water, eating like I'm underworld. Had my tattoos in Shibuya. See on both sides like Chanel. My guy pretty like a girl, and he got 5 stories to tell. See both sides like Chanel. Both sides like the left. My life is cool, eating like I'm underworld. My tattoos and shit. Police think I'm of the underworld.
I know I gave it to you months ago. I know you're trying to forget. But the queen, the drinks and subtle things, the holes in my apologies. You know, I'm trying hard to take it back. So if by the time the bar closes and you feel like falling down, I'll carry you home tonight.
That's the night guard right there!
No, that's just right.
Oh, Kyan, you've done it again. This is great. Really, really super eclectic palette all over the place. 137, I feel like a little volume mix here. It'd be great to have greater focus on the vocals, less distraction from the sides. Maybe it's just like a moment of clarity almost. Not like coherent clarity, just clarity. 210, maybe a little transition support right there. I like this one. This one feels kind of like, I don't know, more like the morning after. More not Saturday morning cartoons. More like this is more like a Sunday drive to go visit your folks, you know? Snare loud, kind of want more. Like the idea though. Rokusai says, starts writing in his ticket book, that was neg 6 luffs. That means you will have to come before court, Mr. Kyan. Scribbles further and notates the offense after blowing out his ears. Although, if court is called to session, is Rokusai actually going to hear that court has been called into session? His eardrums have been blown out. It's true, Kyan. The luffs were up. It's true. It's a fact. And put a meter on it. There's another t-shirt idea. Stick a meter on it. Like only a certain group of people would chuckle at that as they saw that walking down the street. Zen Papa's here with an update from last week. Let's see if we can spot the changes. What? Danny's here? I'm imagining. Far Horizon. Oh, some techno. You can tell because of the art, right? All right. Omibot's alive. Everything's okay. Zen Papa, this was great. I think the kick is a little strong. Wrangle the low end more. We roll that up somewhere between 50 and 60 hertz, 12 dB per octave curve, and I think it's pretty much there. The metallic industrial clang is still a little bit strong. It's kind of on the edge, but I think it's still a little bit strong. Delivery and timing of the swell as that clang is introduced is so good. It's so good. It's got like strong Vangelis vibes, you know, Blade Runner kind of dystopian tension kind of creeping in there. And yet still sexy smooth, right? Yeah. I'm just getting caught up with the chat. I think that's all I have for you on this one, Zen Papa. This one's just about there. Far Horizon. It is you. This one's... Far Horizon, I don't have much in the way of complaints on this one. There were a couple of points where I thought like texture presence was getting up to this point where it felt a little pushed, but at the same time, like when I got through the moment, I was like, that was a cool effect. That was a nice moment. So instead I have some compliments. Just the really subtle, tight stutters. Enjoying the little basket of snares that you brought. The little subtle pulses. And the juggling, you know, this like polyrhythmic basket of toys juggling is it's satisfying. It's good stuff. Mama Katie says, I will have enough time to hear you just start my song, but not likely till the end. Teaching Zoom in 2 minutes. I will put the notes in your Discord, you bet, because we're not going to make it. Far Horizon, I dig this one. I dig this one. If there was an album of just this kind of stuff playing in the background, I would probably be fine working to that. Yeah. Trey Toven. It is Trey. Let's do this. Pancakes. Wait, am I not? Oh, gosh. Seriously? Let's get over here. Opening window.
I can chase you for your feeling, so I'm chasing through the ceiling. Take my heart, I thought you stealing. I don't know if I'll be healing. It's been tough. Stacking nights, pancakes ain't enough. But it's hard to focus without trust. Swear I'm not just in it for the lust. Truth in it, I'm just flush. Baby, no, there ain't no rush. But I always had a crush for you, oh my God. I just knew that I was done for you, no lies. Turn me into mush. Ice water made a slush. Just know you ain't too much. I just need you in my clutch, and you'll never be my crush. I'm just fiending for your touch. That alone won't make me cuff. Know you see me when you blush, so don't leave me on the bus. Can't leave me back, no way. I know I act, but stay with me. Do more than please. I'll swim through seas. I'll find your need. And when you bleed, I'll patch your knees. It's confusing when you're choosing, but it's moving through the rough. It's been tough. Stacking nights, pancakes ain't enough. But it's hard to focus without trust. Swear I'm not just in it for the lust. Truth in it, I'm just flush. Baby, no, there ain't no rush. But I always had a crush for you, oh my God. I just knew that I was done for you, no lie.
Ooh, hey. Hey, during that fade, you hit this. During the fade, you hit this, like really, really great volume level. If you weren't pushing this track quite as much, I feel like I would probably want to turn up your tracks a whole bunch. You have a really, just like a really genuinely satisfying vocal mix usually, right? Like the balance. But if it wasn't pushed to the same loudness, I think it would feel better. I think it would feel really good. Okay, so hear me out on this. At 130, I feel like Hat's fine. 147, I'm like, Hat's a little strong. Might want to go in and see if there's just like a subtle difference in decibels between these different sections, because right before it, I was like, man, I kind of want these hats down. But then when they come back in at 130 solo, like here, there was like 3 different hats on display, and I was like, these feel a little pushed. So I checked that. And, you know, I like your style, so I'm not really going to ask for much else different here. I feel like loudness, hat balance, I don't have a lot for you here. Now I want cold flake syrup pancakes. Oh. Really have no control over the beat, but I appreciate the feedback. Gotcha. Yeah, everything else the same, man. I like your style. I don't think you have much I mean, everybody can continue to improve. But what you're delivering here is pretty great. I don't want it to change too much. You know what I mean? Mama Katie, new to the community. Let's see what she's cooked up this week. Just a game.
Mixed signals every day from you. Touch and go, I don't know what to do. Every time you look my way, I get lost inside your gaze. If love is just a game, I wanna play with you. If love is just a game, I would break all the rules to be with you. To be with you. Heart racing, trying to keep my cool. Daydreaming, wondering will it come true. I know that right now you're not mine, but I'm willing to roll the dice. If love is just a game, I wanna play with you. If love is just a game, I would break all the rules to be with you. To be with you.
All right. I can't talk and type at the same time, so I got to pause and do that. Mama Katie, I know you just walked out the door, but I'm just going to speak this into the mic because you're probably going to check the VOD, and then I'll attach it to your submission here. So the vocals, there's something going on with the stereo imaging of the mix in general. It's not just the vocals. There's something forcing a bias to the right. I would load up some meters and listen to this on a couple of different devices and look at your mix and see if you can figure out exactly what's happening there. It could be a few different things causing it. Low end is a little heavy in the overall mix. So two things there. I think you can roll up low end to, say, 50 to 60 hertz on this guy, and it's 12 dB per octave curve there, which is really gentle. And then also on the bass, just kind of scoop a little bit out. There's just kind of a buildup around like 300, 250 to 350, somewhere in there. Already mentioned the stereo imaging. I'd like to hear the vocals more connected to the rest of the mix. It needs to gel a bit. And I think finding its true center in the mix is going to help balance-wise. I think there's a couple little things like with delivery, but like your vocal quality overall is really good. It sounds like you've got a really good capture. So none of this should really reflect on like the effort or talent going into the arrangement, the composition, all of that. This is really just a mix thing from this point forward, I think. Got to figure out exactly what's making it bias to the right, clean up some low end, get this vocal in the middle. Probably going to find just a little bit more gelling through a bit of compression in the mastering stage, I'd imagine. Alex. Nope, this is not a bad mix. There's just only a couple things in the mix that need attention. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to copy that and we're going to put that over here. All right, back to it. Alex, speaking of, it's you. Venus. Electromix. Yo, Alex, this is great. I feel like the low end is a little bit rumbly, and if there was less limiting on this, you'd have a little greater dynamic range for the different elements to live. I think I've brought this up before in feedback for you. You have a really, really great sound. I'd love for there to be a little bit more separation between sounds. Sometimes it's hard, right? Like everyone is trying to maintain a competitive loudness, right? Because the rest of the sonic landscape out there is so loud, right? But also it is kind of removing opportunities for things to exist in kind of specific places or positions. And it's worth exploring, I think. If you were to back off just like a few dB in your threshold on your limiter, and listen back really critically to these moments where you've got like the ARP coming in here towards the end, and like these little moments of change and when things are being introduced. And if you were to sit there and listen to both versions, I think you're probably at the point where you can start picking up on, I guess, the importance of that, right? Like the impact of that across all of your music. So roll low end up to 45 hertz, 12 dB per octave curve, sub down a couple just in general across the track. I think it will probably feel a little bit better, a little less limiting to try it out. No, definitely not getting roasted for the mix. I think you're close. I mean, your stuff always sounds good when it's done, right? I mean, I know that you know what you're doing. But I do think it would be worthwhile to kind of explore what kind of difference comes from just like a couple dB difference in that threshold setting, and seeing what you're feeling about it. Zendremic says, motion sickness simulator over here, just a little, with all the panning. Unreal Tournament vibes. Gabriel, yeah, dude, we checked your stuff. It was fantastic. You were like one of the first songs in the queue today. It was really good. It was really, really good. I liked the fact that the mix was like super clear. Having less tracks to work with in the project really helps maintain that clarity and like those huge crescendos and stuff. But yeah, check out the VOD, man. It was really good. I really, really like that track. Great trailer. Yeah, you bet. Hope it jives with you. Dragonleaf. And Ardlap, I'm gonna assume that your sounds came in the same time as this track, so you'll be up next year. Dragonleaf. Let's do this. This one's called Snake. Yo, you gotta respect the gazelle, y'all. Thank you so much, Gabriel. I appreciate you. This one's called Snake.
S.D. Pliskin, American, Lieutenant, Special Forces Unit, Black Light, to Purple Hearts, Leningrad and Siberia. This man to be decorated by the President. Call me Snake.
Welcome in, Raiders. Yo, Dragonleaf, I think the luffs are a bit strong. Nice 9 Inch Nails snare there. If you could get a little more upward compression, a little less downward compression, I think that one's going to feel like a perfect fit. There are some elements in here that feel a little driven, mainly the mid-high and high frequency elements, perk stuff. So might want to kind of soothe those a little bit. And luffs are a bit strong overall. I don't know that you really need to push to the loudness that you are. And that would also help with some of those needly frequencies up high. I'm not sure that the mix is necessarily bright, but after you bring the luffs down, you might want to, do a little volume mix check against something else, right? Some reference material to help you kind of wrangle that in. If you feel like if you feel like the hats and stuff are a little prickly still, I think bring down the luffs will help. Zen is saying, seems harsh. Oh, I didn't even mention the reverb. The reverb, the reverb is, there's a couple things going on. One, it sounds like the reverb is being driven. So if there's saturation on after the reverb, you might want to flip that relationship. There's really nothing in this track that requires that of you. The second is make sure that you are EQing after your reverb on all of your reverb channels, making sure that you're not having too many highs or lows in there. And then the third thing is, as Roku's pointing out, there's resonant peaks in the reverb channel. And it's tickling the ears a bit. But again, if you go in and you attend to the EQ after your reverb, I think a lot of that stuff disappears. Started shaky, ended well. Similar, actually, because we had a whole bunch of weird drop frame stuff happening. I got Comcast here, and they suck, so what are you going to do? But the music is fire, so because it's Friday and the community is awesome. So we power through it. It's all good. It's all good. All right, OhmLab, you are up. We got a track here called Time, some garage, and then we got a couple of sounds coming from OhmLab. Let's check out this one first. Oh, well, maybe it was a Twitch thing. I'm not sure. I'm in Portland. I have no idea where you are, but I kind of doubt that we had the same internet issue. But if we were both struggling the same way, maybe it was a Twitch thing. Let's blame Twitch today. All right, OhmLab, it's you. Colorado. Well, welcome in. Wait a minute, what's going on here?
You don't give me time, you just waste my time. I don't pay no mind, no. You don't give me time, you just waste my time. I don't pay no mind, no. You don't give me time, you just waste my time. I don't pay no mind, no. You don't give me time, you just waste my time. I don't pay no mind, no.
Oh.
I don't pay no mind, no. You don't give me time, you just waste my time. I don't pay no mind, no.
Hey. OhmLab, super fresh. Super fresh. Cyrus88, welcome in. Happy Friday to you. Kick down a couple, I think. Yeah, I know, right, Roku? Help me out, Roku. Kick. Keep her down a couple. I was going back and forth, like, for like a minute where I wrote it down. Really like the palette that you're working with, obviously. I always do. But really like the timing of all of these little embellishments that are non-consequential to the arrangement. You know what I mean? They're just really there for sprinkles. Really good. There's a couple things that poke out just a little bit more than maybe I do, like super nitpicky stuff. Little transition support at 227. Quick rundown, like just a couple dB at 217. Love the abstract synths at 153 being brought in. I'd bring it down a couple dB though. Yeah, Roku, definitely. I think change over time with the kick. Bring it down in a couple of spots. Let it peak out where it is right now. Like, make that the top peak. But make that thing move a little bit in the track. I think that's the answer. The tone and the body are great. Yeah, there's nothing that I would complain about in regards to the palette. It's just absolutely great. The only thing that bumps me in this at all is just like tiny little volume ticks here and there. That's it. Maybe transition support at 227. All right, let's check and see what you brought for the sound design too. Which one? We saw those ones, right? Yeah, okay. Stickman animations, not made by me, but I did make my own sound for them. Added music in the background for the second one because it would be too empty. All right, here we go. Variant 1, variant 2, don't know which one is better, but I feel like the first one sounds more like Portal. Okay. Okay, so this one's good. Let's read this, or see the second one here. Okay, delivery of the first one felt a little bit disconnected, like articulation and timing-wise. I think part of it just has to do with the fact that the low end is so prevalent in this one. This one is a little bit more nimble. It doesn't have as much kind of sludgy sub content to get through in those more rapid fire articulations. Let's listen to these here. Okay, this one felt just like a little kind of almost a little less dimensional than your other stuff. It felt a little not flat. Oh, that was the original that was doing that. Let me look back up here. Okay. All right, I prefer yours over the original. I think it's a better quality sound design, better use of the full spectrum of the stereo field. That's what I got for you. Alex in the middle, welcome in. Yeah, I think it's way better. Let's see here. Roku says, I would dive in with the pencil tool and sculpt the EQ in the low end to really emphasize bass moments and then cut it off rapidly. It gives more impact to make it feel even larger than life. Yeah, I think... I would agree with everything that Roku's saying. It kind of lines up with what I'm feeling here. First video here, version 1, definitely a lot more... control over the sound needed to wrangle the low end to match up with the delivery and articulation. Second one is better. And then I prefer the redesign over the original all the way around. It's good stuff. You bet. You bet. All right. Back into the music queue. We've got... what have we got here? And how many do we have? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? We're going to go ahead and we're going to close the queue. All right. So it's Mr. Lush and let's do this. This one's called Alone. Look at this art. Some good stuff. Kwame's here. What's up, sexy? How you doing, man? Yeah, right, Roku? Yeah, OhmLab is killing it right now.
I'm on fire, never learn. See desire, watch me burn. Rust in pieces, all rusted home. We're sitting here, all alone.
all this and give yourself.
Okay, Ant, Mr. Lush, this is good. Really, really, really like the sound design here. It feels like the sounds were made with each other in mind, like as the track was progressing, the sounds were being made, or that you just have an incredible ear for lining up presets and samples. Either way, it's impressive how they all fit together in such a way that it feels really organic, right? You don't often find a real organic feeling balance in very synthetic soundscapes, right? So good on you. Roku wants more splash on the snare. At 2:04, transition felt like it could have had greater impact. Maybe explore a drum fill or explore some form of modulation across the entire transition moment, i.e. like a little stutter or dropout or a tiny little reversal, or it could be as simple as layering in secondary transition for greater support. The call and response happening at 2:29 is so good. It's so good. It's so simple. At 2:56, the rhythm is pushing forward. The alignment of the vocals creates a little drag. It is what it is. Serious, yeah, absolutely. We try to respect everybody's music here. We try to listen to everything all the way through and be honest when we speak. So. Roku's weighing in with some really good advice on the drums. A little small reverb, compress the verb, add a little distortion to it. It's going to gel it. Sirius says, I'd like to hear a different bass pattern after the drop at 2:04. There you are, Lush. Happy Friday to you. It's good stuff. Jay the Dawn. Happy Friday. Welcome in. This one's called Katana. Let's do it. All right, Jay the Dawn, I really like this one. Sub down just a couple of dB. At 52nd, the resonant sound effect that comes through, I'd bring that down some. I'd also sweep it for resonance. You can also hear some resonance squeaking out of this hat, this hi-hat here at the end. So I just take a little bit of time and sweep with an EQ to slowly take your time, find those resonant bits, and then pull them out. For anyone out there making things, if you don't know how to do this, it's very simple. You create a very narrow bandwidth. You slowly, during playback, you slowly drag your bandwidth across the frequency spectrum. When you find the sound in question, you stop what you're doing. You can then just drag straight down on the decibels so you don't move the position, and you find a good spot where it doesn't introduce any weird like swirliness or anything. And there you go. You guys see my desktop there? I've been working on the manual for Audio Design Desk as we're getting ready to launch it, and oh my gosh, hundreds of screen grabs. Hundreds. So much. After you get the resonance done, luffs down just a bit. Luffs are a little hot. Really like the strings. Kwame, take care, homie. There's going to be vocals on top of this. You might need to carve out some of the synths and the guitar. I'll guarantee they're going to mess with each other. Yeah, that's true. Did you know a messy desktop means you have a messy house as well? So if I leave it messy for like a couple of weeks, that's probably true then, right? Yeah, that's like the fallout. Like you see all the fallout, but there is just a whole lot of very well organized stuff inside of all of the directories that I was putting them into. So I'll get all of the extraneous stuff cleaned up soon, hopefully. That was a lot of work. All right. Sirius. Let's do this. For those keeping track at home, the official launch date will be May 4th. So everybody wanting to get their hands on ADD 2.0 when it first comes out, and you can check out all the latest beta features and everything. Got about a week. It's going to be May 4th. All right, here we go. Series Earth Re-Explored V9. I don't judge. Mine also gets messy. That's nice. Everybody's does, right? Serious, this is really, really good stuff. It's also reminding me that we still haven't really taken a look at Planet Catal yet, huh? Maybe we can do that next week. I don't have an official release date for it yet. I should soon for you, though. Really, really, really lovely ambient vibe right away. Sets the tone. I would love to feel that vocal element up just a touch throughout, and the guitar down just a touch throughout. Maybe more like 4 dB or something on the guitar, and like just like 3 dB maybe on the vocal, maybe 5 down on the guitar. Reverb balance. There are points at which the reverb feels like it could kind of overtake a little bit. It's right on the edge. I don't know. I really like the feel of this one. 224, it sounds like there's these tiny, tiny little digital embellishments, or is that just the initial creeping in of the birds? Kind of felt like there was some manipulation happening there. And then luffs. It feels like the overall loudness can come down just a touch in this, and I feel like the reverb will feel a little less driven. It won't feel quite as pushed, if you will. I think that's it. I think that's what I got for you. It's a lot of effects and chops of birds. Yeah. It definitely reminded me of a lot of stuff that I do as well. Quite a bit. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. All right, Kwame just stepped into a meeting, but we are still going to listen to what he made. Here we go. Twilight, C minor. Oh, we're back. This is, we had this one last time. All right. Kwame, I'm going to add this to a thread here for you. All right, so still want a little bit less sub in the kick And also just that kick down like 2 dB would be good. The guitar feels so good right now. The mallet has some resonance and some subtle clipping. The kalimba does as well, like a minute later. 112 felt, the fill felt a little dry. Snare down a touch. It's poking out a bit in places. And just in general, to avoid the clipping resonance thing that we're running into here, I'd reach for maybe just a different saturation and less limiting. Sounds like it's a combination of two things. The rattle kind of is being introduced through the saturation, and then it's just kind of exploded out with the loudness. There we go. Let's see what people are saying. That's it. That's all we got. Easy peasy. I'm going to put this into the thread for you. Done and done. Alex in the middle. Let's do this. Oh, Goose. Didn't even see yours there. Ad break. Man, what? Someone else said ad break earlier, too. It's not supposed to happen. When you have ads disabled, it's not supposed to happen. Hey, Zendremic is asking for some links. If you are currently streaming on Twitch and you are here in the chat and you want people to check out your streams, put the link in the chat. Alex is back. Let's roll. This one is called Fat, Big Weight. Big 3 Kanye diss. Let's do this.
Come on. They been hating since day one, so ain't no way around it. Big weight, don't got my brakes on. That pressure building, pounding. You gon' need a whole roster and chains, so get the scouting. So much power in my back. Over with that pushback bouncing. Excuse me as I flex my degree. There's a PhD, I can teach you something. That's a pretty huge drum slick. Wait, yeah, a lot of gas I'm pumping. Rule of thumb, if it can't be won, blow off the whole damn mountain. They may call me the petty king. I like to entertain the clowns I'm housing. Yeah, that barrel roll when that bullseye aim on. Yeah, I'm marsh on business. Fuck the coast and the ball peep litmus. Miss that you watch me stand on fitness. Big 3 on big me, I lift this. I'm on a rush, no time to talk shit, kid. I keep it racked, ready to slap that on. They been hating since day one, so ain't no way around it. Big weight, don't got my brakes on. That pressure building, pounding. You gon' need a whole roster and chains, so get the scouting. So much power in my back. Over with that pushback bouncing. Excuse me as I flex my. I ain't the stone that the builder refused. I said I'm destined for the top and I won't be misused. Valid in a box, rebuttals on all excuses. I'm on cloud now, I'm on the appearance of toothless. But niggas want smoke, hot box in the poop, bitch. I got the phone thing, smell like skunk. Dope records, yeah, I battle every day of the month. It's a method to my metric, man. Eyes not sat on a piece, but the whole damn pan, I can't be dreaming. Yeah, know that I'm scheming, top and leaning. Yeah, suit and tie, wise got cruising, beaming. Came a long ways from the bottom, son. Yeah, come to know the meaning. I might catch a heart attack off the stress. Put so much work days in the nest. Came out the womb, not looking my best. Murder talk, nigga, you gotta stay blessed. So I don't hear less, I don't fear test. Now me don't jest, when me say one, big up your chest, can't keep it convexed. Look, nothing perplexed, we don't mind mess. Keep it classy, go dig my digits. 10 toes, I'm in your house, on your couch, screaming Renault. You think they the shit, need Pepto, pep talk. Yeah, let me show you how to quit lock. These boys ain't cold. A quick sneeze in the breeze ain't worth the soup. Let me show you niggas what a real virus do. That, I'm trying to bang hard, it says day one, so ain't no way around it. Big weight, don't got my brakes on. That pressure building, pounding. You gon' need a whole roster and chains, so get the scouting. So much power in my back. Over with that pushback bouncing. Excuse me as I flex my degree. There's a PhD, I can teach you something. That's a pretty huge drum slick. Wait, yeah, a lot of gas I'm pumping. Rule of thumb, if it can't be won, blow up the whole damn mountain. They may call me the petty king. I like to entertain the clowns I'm housing.
Yeah, okay. So, Alex, the vocals seem a little disconnected from the rest of the mix, like they were produced at 2 different times or something. So here's what we do. We got to get into the individual tracks of the instrumental mix in the background and shave off some low frequencies, right? Low cutoff around, say, 40 hertz, 12 dB per octave curve, pretty gentle. But then we need to start accenting and making space for the different instruments in the track, right? So, for instance, the drums, they can use a little boost in those kind of high mids area, like around 2K, 4K. The vocals could use maybe just a tiny bit more around 1K, and then the mix could use maybe just a little scoop out, like with the synths. You could take a little scoop out around like 400 to 600 or so. You can skinny up that bass just a little bit around 350. You could scoop a little bit out. So there's like a bunch of tiny little things that can be done with just an EQ on each one of the individual tracks. And this is just mix stuff here. Your vocal stuff is great. The arrangement and composition of the music is great. So this is really just trying to get the clarity and definition, the presence up on the mix in general. And then I think that it starts to line up with the vocals a little bit better. And then I think from there, a little bit of compression and saturation can kind of gel everything together. I will say that there are a lot of really, really good details, like little small sampled embellishments that are very well timed. The timbre, like the tone of those samples really fit the mix quite well. And I want to hear more of those details up at surface level, not competing with the vocals, but able to be heard well alongside the other instruments. So I think that's the big takeaway here is we're now on the hunt for greater detail and definition and presence in the general mix. So Alex says, yo, 40 hertz, cut high boost vocal scoop, 300 on bass, can't rewind. Yeah, got you. Yeah, man, I would say, yeah, this is probably low end up to 40, 12 dB per octave curve. Bass, scoop a bit, around 300, 350. Synths, scoop a small amount, around 400 to 600. Around 1K. Drums. You just kind of have to get in there with an EQ and really just kind of start feeling out these spots. You can solo a track like your drums, for instance, and just add a peak like this and just listen to it, right? And then just turn off that band, turn it back on again, right? If it sounds good to you, right, then it's just a matter of, okay, now is it in the right spot? Can I narrow this just a tiny bit maybe and start bringing this around? Where do I start to lose that good feeling? And if I bring it over here, does that good feeling get enhanced a little bit, right? So this is really just about like moving around. It's got to be an organic process of you kind of finding the sweet spots for the character of each one of your individual sounds. And then when you go ahead and you apply some compression and saturation later, there's a little bit more specificity for those things to shine a light on, right? And then things will start to really kind of gel. Alex, you're awesome. Keep it going. Goose. And Nick, we're gonna blow through these. Let's do this. It's great spelling of Goose, by the way. Cuban Missile Crisis. This artwork, Goose, this is amazing. Alex, I appreciate you too, homie. This is great. I love this artwork. Cuban Missile Crisis. Let's see what this is all about.
World community of nations can tolerate deliberate deception and offensive threats on the part of any nation, large or small, large or small, We no longer live in a world where only the actual firing of weapons represents a sufficient challenge to a nation's security to constitute maximum peril. Nuclear weapons are so destructive, and ballistic missiles are so swift. Sudden change in their deployment may well be regarded as a definite threat to peace. For many years, both the Soviet Union and the United States, recognizing this fact, have deployed strategic nuclear weapons with great care. Our own strategic missiles have never been transferred to the territory of any other nation. And our history demonstrates that we have no desire to dominate or conquer any other nation or impose our system on its people. If our courage and our commitments are ever to be trusted again by either friend or foe. The 1930s taught us a clear lesson. Aggressive conduct, if allowed to go unchecked and unchallenged, ultimately leads to war. Ultimately leads to war.
Nice step down. Doesn't this just feel like the march of communism?
War.
War.
Bullseye.
All right, dude, Goose, Roku's right. You get the mix right on this one, and this ends up in the DJ crate, and people will request it because it's great. This is how a classic is born, right? It really is. You just get the timing right, find the right sample, and then just keep it simple, right? That bro sample, and the dialogue is great. All right, sub down 4, low on cutoff up to 45 hertz, 12 dB per octave at 58 seconds. Liking the panning decision. When it comes back again at 224, bring it down a few dB. kind of want some imperfections and textures, though, it's all very clean. Like your dialogue has been very cleaned up. Like everything is super meticulous and it's right on the grid. So if I was to add something to this track, it would be some humanization and some imperfections of some kind. I'm not sure that it really needs like vinyl crackle or tape warble or anything like that per se. But you know, the topic is Cuban Missile Crisis. The dialogue is old. It might be kind of good to have just a little bit of grit in there. Pretty gritty topic. Such great execution throughout, I will say. The timing of your sample placements and everything is really, really good. Really good. You've got a really good ability to envision and execute. 224 panning element down a couple, panning war down a few right after that. Really great stuff. Fun track, super infectious. 357 kind of shines a light on the fact that there is some thickness down there. Right there, it's in the panning, and you can hear it. You've just got like a little bit too much presence overall under 100 hertz, and then you've got a spot to scoop out around 300 hertz or so, and that should help. Yeah, it's good to listen to just individual like moments out of context of the entire track sometimes. So if you're not already needle dropping and listening to stuff out of context, do that when you're close to the finish line on a track like this. You'll probably find 2 or 3 things. Word. Nick, it's you. Rockhund. Oh, and I see Alt Boss creeping in here. I don't know if I'll be able to get to that one. I've got a call. But I will highly encourage everyone to listen to that track down there and leave some feedback, some gosh darn good feedback. What is needle dropping? Needle dropping is when you're listening through something and you just drop the playhead in a different spot. Okay, it's just like lifting up the arm on your record player and literally dropping the needle somewhere on that vinyl, and it's going to spit audio back out at you. Now, the benefit of needle dropping in production workflows is, like I just said, like it's a bit jarring when you hear something out of context. When it's nonstop continuity, when things are fully contiguous, it can be hard. It can be hard. You become kind of embedded, immersed in something. You've become so close to it, you're not really feeling it or hearing it for what it really is. When you take something completely out of context, it can be jarring and be like, whoa, actually, yeah, that sounds kind of weird on its own. So, all right, ready for some TikTok trash music? Go. As forward as it sounds, like the idea. Well, there you go.
And the beat goes like this.
Oh! Dude, this one's fun. I like, this is 2 communist tracks in a row. I feel like there's a conspiracy brewing. The original is Italian, I think. This feels wholly Russian to me. So salute, comrade. At 2 minutes, I feel like there's something from the real world that can be kind of just shoved in here, and it's gonna feel good. It's like something recorded directly from the field. You know what I mean? Where are we? 2 minutes? Oh. Or maybe it's actually a couple different voices, and then like maybe 4 is actually in Russian. Or something like that. Anyway, something to tie it to this vibe that you're bringing, I think would be the thing that I would add to this. There were a couple of spots where I felt like the sub bass could be just a little bit less present. But that's only by like a couple of dB, pretty nitpicky. I don't really have a lot of nitpicky stuff on this one for you, homie. This one feels pretty complete as it is. Okay, y'all, the Barber of Seville Overture. Oh, right. Yes, now that I see this written out, yes. I can hear it. There's like accordion, right? I can hear it. Okay, you guys put ears on this track from Altbus, because I will now need to drop you guys off. Think about your idea. I think it's a good one. Oh, well, hey, if it is, it is. Who is streaming right now? Who shall we raid? Let's go find out together. Who's here? Shu, E-Town, Tap Daddy, Sketty. Let's go listen to a little Jungle Shuffle. I appreciate you guys. There will most likely not be a live stream on Monday. Just putting that out there right now. Most likely. There's a small chance that we could do Monday, but most likely I'm not going to be there on Monday. We're so close to getting ADD out. I will see you guys after the weekend, probably on Hump Day. I appreciate you all. Stay inspired. Go make something awesome. And I'll see you on the flip. Peace out. Thanks for hanging.